Good evening. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. According to the Research Institute at Boston University, in 2014, Dr. Ann McKee conducted a brain research study on 111 donated NFL player brains. Dr. McKee was therefore able to conclude that 99% of these players' brains did indeed have CTE. This is a league-wide problem that exists in the NFL, and it will not be fixed without any changes or altercations to the way the game is played. My peers and I have lengthy discussions on whether the NFL is becoming too soft and changing its tradition from the original hits and how it's played. Even though many would advocate and argue that the NFL is becoming softer and less fun to watch, because of the addition of the new rules, the rules are important because it leads to the NFL players' safety. It will help put a halt to CTE, and is important for influence our younger generation on football. Let's dig into the problems that are associated with the NFL. According to NFL.com, concussions are becoming more and more prominent within the year. As you can see here on this graph, you can consistently see that there are 250 plus concussions in the NFL every year. That's a big problem. Helmet-to-helmet contact is the biggest problem that is leading to concussions in the NFL. Now the question is, are the concussions the big problem, or what leads to it so much? As you can see here on this graph, this is one of Dr. Ann McKee's brain scans that she did. On the left-hand side, you can see a normal brain scan. In the middle, you can see the mild CTE, and on the far right, you can see severe CTE. You may be able to notice the brown concentrated areas found on each brain scan. That is the tau protein, which assists in the baseline or groundwork for the leading cause of CTE, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. The more concentrated area, the higher the chance for getting these type of degenerate brain disease is likely. According to the Boston University CTE Center, chronic traumatic encephalopathy is a degenerate brain disease that is most common in athletes who have had a history of repetitive brain trauma. In 2002, Doctors Bennett Omalu and Julian Bales were the first to study an NFL player's brain and to find CTE. They concluded that the symptoms of the CTE first came about in the ages of early 20s to late 20s to early 30s. Symptoms range anywhere from mood behavior fluctuations to impulse controls, aggression, depression, and paranoia. According to the Concussion Legacy Foundation, athletes that have lengthy careers are more likely to be susceptible to CTE. The final problem associated with the whole NFL problem with hits to the head is associated with our youth. They see these players giving these big hits on TV and want to follow in suit. According to CNN, doctors are warning parents of young football players about the dangers of brain injuries. Because studies after study have shown that there is an increased risk of CTE of players who start contact football before the age of 13. Now that the problems have been uncovered, the solutions are clear as day. According to NFL.com, preventing a player from leaving the ground and using the crown of the helmet to deliver a blow to the neck or head region will be penalized. It will be a personal foul and 15 yards to the other team. This will help decrease the concussions in the league and the CTE overall. Additionally, something you each can do is to teach good tackling techniques to the kids and other players by lowering your shoulders and bending your knees. You can deliver a safer tackle. One of the biggest things that you guys do that doesn't pertain to football is be observationists when it comes to looking around for CTE. This is the only way that we can advance our research and help one another. Finally, as you can see here, this is a prime example of lowering the helmet and delivering a hit with the crown. Finally, according to CNN, several former NFL players are advocating for an end of tackle football under the age of 13. This will assist by lowering the risk of CTE for people by the age of 20. Hall of Famers Nick Boyancini, Harry Carson, and Phil Valipino are working on the foundation to support flag football for the kids under the age of 13. A powerful quote from Nick Boyancini is that CTE has taken my life away, and youth football is a risk without reward. By taking action, you will help keep the athletes you so love to watch on TV safe. According to Boston University, knowing that the CTE is directly related with the suicide rates will help decrease that. Therefore, join me in ensuring that these athletes will have a great life after their career. These players work harder than oxes, and they should be treated luxuriously. After all the evidence provided, it is reasonable to conclude that the NFL is making the correct precautions to the rules changes, that CTE is indeed a problem, and protecting our youth is so important. I would like you all today to take action by joining the movement for flag football for kids. I would like you to attend NFL.com and learn more about it. Additionally, I would like you to attend the Concussion Legacy Foundation to learn more about CTE. Together, we must be as collaborative as fire ants building a home if we want to end this problem. By a show of hands, would you be willing to attend these sites? Are there any questions?
Have you known anybody personally that has dealt with CTE?
I personally have not known anyone who has been specifically associated with CTE, but like the degenerate brain diseases that I mentioned earlier, like dementia and Alzheimer's, I have known people with that. Yes?
With this more knowledge on CTE, do you think the age of 13 will be raised for contact football?
Raised meaning that it's going to go to probably like 15. Like,
Yes.
honestly, I see it. I see it changing in middle school maybe, just because like their percentage shown that 99% of these people had CTE. Football is a contact sport. It's a quote unquote man sport, if you want to say. And I don't know if it'll ever be changed, but I do see that protecting our youth is one of our biggest priorities in ensuring that this disease does not take over the United States. All right, thank you all for everything.